Code 415 on a Bobcat 5600 isn't a warning light, it's the machine telling you oil pressure hit shutdown level. That's the worst code on the list. We're going to work up to it, starting with the cheapest. Every code you'll hear comes straight out of the factory documentation for this machine. Nothing invented, nothing guessed. Here's what most operators get wrong. The display isn't accusing you of anything. It's reporting a measurement. A code is a sensor saying the number I'm reading sits outside the window, somebody said. That's all. Sometimes the number's wrong because the machine is hurt. Sometimes it's wrong because the wire is. Telling those two apart before you call the dealer is worth real money. So let's start cheap. Cheapest code on the machine, 99 fuel level low. That one is exactly what it sounds like. But its neighbors are the interesting ones. 921 is fuel level out of range high, and 922 is fuel level out of range low. Out of range is a different animal than low. Low means the tank's near empty. Out of range means the sender is reporting a value that can't exist. A float can't sit below empty, so that code is usually a connector, a ground, or a pinched wire. Check the sender plug first. That's the difference between 5 minutes and a scheduled service call. Next tier up, still cheap, the battery family. 39 is battery voltage low. 322 is battery voltage out of range low. Same distinction, same first move. Go look at the terminals. Then there's 310 battery voltage high and 311 battery voltage extremely high. High voltage codes point at the charging side, not the battery. Something's letting the output overshoot. And 314 is battery voltage extremely low. That one turns up on a machine that's been sitting a while. Now here's a code almost nobody bothers to look up, and it explains a lot of ghost faults. 3128, interrupted power failure. The controller lost power mid-thought and logged it on the way down. You know, coming home to the microwave clock flashing and having no idea how long it was out? That's what the controller is telling you. Something dropped voltage hard enough to reset it. Chase a loose battery cable or a corroded ground before you chase whatever code came in beside it. Now the free fixes. These cost nothing but the procedure, and they get misdiagnosed constantly. 53 is travel pedal not calibrated. 56 is brake pedal not calibrated. 5042 is reverse PWM not calibrated. Nothing is broken. The machine just lost its reference points. Calibration is a documented procedure in the service manual. Parts don't fix it. Following the steps does. If a shop quoted you a pedal for a not calibrated code, that's the invoice to push back on. If that just saved you a pedal, that's exactly what this channel is for. Stick around, because sitting right beside those are codes that look nearly identical and mean something completely different. 51 is travel pedal high, 52 is travel pedal low. Those are signal faults, not calibration faults. The pedal sensor is sending a voltage above or below what the controller is willing to accept. Same story on the brake side. 54 is brake pedal high. 55 is brake pedal low. High often means an open circuit. Low often means a short to ground. Often. Verify it. Don't assume it. Then 57, FPR switch, no signal. And 58, FPR switch, multiple inputs. Multiple inputs is the strange one. The switch is claiming to be in two positions at the same time. A switch can't be in two places. Water in the connector or chafe wires touching will do exactly that. Now stop and look at the shape of the code list itself, because there's a trap sitting in it. You'll notice codes arrive in pairs. Same number, two endings, one for ON and one for OF. 26.2 is front base solenoid error ON. 26.3 is front base solenoid error OF. 27.2 and 27.3 are the front rod solenoid. 29.2 and 29.3 are the high flow solenoid. Here's the trap. Don't turn that pattern into a rule you carry to another machine. Code systems change between generations. A suffix that means one thing here can mean something else there. Look every code up in the manual for the machine in front of you. Every single time. Back to the solenoids, because this is where the cheap stuff ends and real diagnosis begins. A solenoid error means the controller commanded a coil and didn't get back the current it expected. That's still often a connector. Coils sit low on the machine. They get washed. They get hit. The drive side follows the same pattern. 5039 is rear PWM error ON. 5041 is rear PWM error OF. 5043 and 5044 are rear forward. 5045 and 5046 are rear reverse. 5037 and 5038 front reverse. 5047 and 5048 cover two speed, and the brake coil gets three of them, 5049, 5050, and 5051. 5051 is brake coil no signal. That isn't a coil misbehaving. That's a coil the controller can't find at all. There's a whole ACD block, too. 82 and 83 are ACD output A error, ON and off. 81 is output B, 82 is output C, 83 is output D, 84 is output E. Same paired endings. If several of those light up together, stop testing outputs. Go find the thing they all share. One bad ground can throw a fistful of codes and make a perfectly healthy machine look totaled. Wheel speed codes live here as well. 59 and 5010 front, 5011 and 5012 rear, high and low. Those sensors read a moving target across a small air gap. Debris packs in. The reading drifts. Now we're into the expensive half of the list. These are the ones you don't drive through. 810 is engine coolant temperature high. 811 is engine coolant temperature extremely high. 815 is engine coolant temperature shutdown level. Read those three in order. That's a story with a timeline. But before you assume a head gasket, note 821 and 822, coolant temperature out of range high and low. Out of range low in a hot engine is a lie. That's a sensor or a wire, not a cooling problem. The tell is simple. Does the gauge agree with the metal? Careful hand near the radiator, not on it. Same shape on the hydraulic side. 722 is hydraulic oil temperature out of range low. And hydraulic temperature matters more than people expect because the pressure specs assume a temperature. The manual's pressure checks are taken with fluid at 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 Celsius. Cold readings mislead you. Those numbers are exact. Charge relief on this machine is 3117 to 3044 psi, 215 to 205 bar. Lift port relief is 33405 psi, 235 psi, 230 bar. Tilt port relief is 4060 psi, 280 bar. There's a front drive charge pressure check port on the machine for this. Gauge it before you condemn a pump. Engine speed codes. 610 high, 611 extremely high, 615 shutdown level, and 613 engine speed no signal. 613 can come in while the engine is plainly running right there in front of you. That's the machine losing the sensor, not losing the engine. Enormous difference on the invoice. 22 and 22.3, starter error ON and off, catch people out too. The starter circuit is misreporting itself. Which brings us back to the worst case, the code we opened this whole video with. 49 is engine oil pressure low. 420 is engine oil pressure extremely low. 415 is engine oil pressure shutdown level. If you're looking at that one, the argument is already over. Shut it down, check the level cold, and don't restart it to see whether it does it again. Because with every other code, the machine is asking a question. With 415, it already answered one. So out of range means wire. Not calibrated means procedure. Shutdown level means stop. That's the whole ladder. The exact specs and procedures are in the service manual linked below. Like this, if it saved you a guess. Subscribe for daily diagnostics. Next up, gauging 5,600 hydraulic pressures at the port. Step by step. Keep it running.